What would happen if the mighty Megalodon faced off against a pod of killer whales, also known as orcas, who would emerge victorious in this colossal battle of the seas? Let's find out. First, let's meet our contenders. The Megalodon, meaning big tooth, was the largest shark to ever roam the oceans. This prehistoric predator ruled the seas around 23 to 3.6 million years ago. Estimates suggest it could grow up to 60 feet in length, with jaws that spanned over 10 feet wide. Its serrated teeth, some as large as a human hand, could easily crush bones, shells, and even large prey like whales. The Megalodon was not just big, it was built for destruction, with a bite force estimated at over 40,000 pounds per square inch. This apex predator likely dominated the oceans with sheer size and power. On the other side, we have the Orca Pod. Orcas, or killer whales, are modern-day apex predators. Unlike the solitary megalodon, orcas are highly social and work as a team to hunt. They communicate using complex vocalizations, plan their attacks, and have been known to take down massive prey, including great white sharks and even other whales. Individually, an adult orca can weigh up to 10 tons and reach lengths of around 30 feet. But it's their teamwork, intelligence, and coordination that make them truly deadly. Now that we know the contenders, let's imagine the scenario. The setting is a deep, open ocean, where a solitary megalodon encounters a pod of orcas. Let's say the pod consists of 6 orcas, a typical pod size. The megalodon, an apex predator in its own right, has likely never encountered such coordinated hunters before. This would be a clash of brute force versus cunning strategy. At first glance, the megalodon's size and power seem overwhelming. One sweep of its massive tail fin could knock an orca off balance, and a single bite could cause devastating damage. With its speed, estimated at around 11 miles per hour, it could likely outrun an orca in a straight line. But orcas are agile and can maneuver more effectively, especially in a group. The fight begins. The megalodon charges toward the pod, aiming to scatter the orcas. Its massive jaws snap shut with a thunderous force, but the orcas quickly react. They split up, flanking the giant shark from multiple angles. Orcas are known for their tactical hunting techniques, and here their teamwork would shine. One orca might distract the megalodon from the front, while others target its vulnerable areas, such as the gills or eyes. The orcas would likely employ their infamous bump and bite tactic, ramming the megalodon with their powerful heads to disorient it. While the shark might get a bite in, the orca's teamwork could keep it from landing fatal blows. Over time, the relentless attacks from the pod could weaken the massive shark. But let's not forget, this isn't a guaranteed win for the orcas. If the megalodon managed to isolate one orca, it could crush it in seconds. The shark's incredible size and power mean that any mistake by the pod could lead to a quick and brutal end for one of their members. However, orcas are unlikely to make such mistakes. They're incredibly intelligent and would retreat if they sensed too much danger. So, who would win? It ultimately depends on the circumstances. If the megalodon caught the pod by surprise or managed to isolate an orca, its raw power could prove decisive. But in a prolonged battle, the orca's intelligence, coordination, and ability to exploit the megalodon's weaknesses would give them a significant edge. In a hypothetical matchup, the orca pod likely comes out on top. Their teamwork and strategy would wear down even a predator as fearsome as the megalodon. However, it's worth noting that these two creatures lived millions of years apart, so this battle could never happen in reality. Still, it's fascinating to imagine how such a clash might unfold. What do you think? Would the megalodon's size and power prevail, or would the orca's intelligence and teamwork win the day? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more epic animal battles. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.